Right. It's going to shock you, but I am still in the Indianapolis airport. And this is the walkthrough video for Thursday. It is November 14th in Try 2 Week 2, and you need to find your yellow bell work. Amazing. So do you remember, I'm trying to hide it. There we go. Do you remember which process, the name of the process that makes messenger RNA from the information in DNA? You're going to have to on Tuesday. So that you'll need to know that word. And you'll also need to know the word where we make proteins using amino acids from the info in messenger RNA. Do you remember? You should copy this and leave those names blank. And then I'm going to show you on the next slide. So go ahead and pause and copy that text. All righty. Remember, we learned about it. We talked about this the other day in the Tuesday video. How do you get info from DNA to make a protein? And you learned about it on Monday. There's transcription and translation. And those are the words in order that go in the do now for today. All right. Today we have a new what? The question is asking, how can we explore animals' unique features, importance, and current threats? So this semester, as you've already learned, we're thinking about the connections and differences in biological systems. So our work today is animals, features, feats, and threats. Let's go ahead and take a look at our colorful table of contents page. I'm going to go ahead and update for you in real time. Look, it's magical. This is exactly what it's like when I do this without you. And I try to make you not copy down the standard every time. It's beautiful. Parts. Okay, so you are going to get a handout today that is about the work that we are doing. You will not, however, turn in that paper. Instead, your job is to turn in some cards that get used in that assignment, which I'll explain to you in just a moment as soon as I find it. Boy, I have like 8 copies of the other assignment open. All right, so we talked a little bit, I think, about what we're going to learn in class, but we're going to actually take a step back and think about the magnificent world of animals. And we're going to do that because this is not the right slideshow either. We're going to do that because animals are cool. When people think about biology, they often think about the really cool animals and plants, but we're going to think about animals today. So today you're going to do like an online research assignment. We are going to do a fair bit of like learning about different ideas, but we're also going to work on communicating. So this week, this is why this was out a whole bunch of times. So this week you've communicated in several ways, right? You have written down information that you have learned. You've also been able to extract information from diagrams, like in this assignment, the one where you looked at, hang on a second, it's taking a minute to scroll. The one where you like looked at this and where is it? There it is. Where you looked at this and you were able to like fill out this type of information. That's a way of communicating ideas also, right? By being able to show that you understand those processes. Today, though, we're really thinking about communicating science ideas to a specific audience. So the story goes like this, and this is just screenshots from the assignment about animal threats and threats. I'll just put them here. So after this assignment, you will have explored features that make animals unique and or special. You're going to explain how endangered and or protected animals matter to ecosystems, and you will have described how human activities and other threats pose risks to animals. So congrats, you've been hired as a designer by the World Wildlife Foundation to help create learning tools. This is a real life organization. Their work is thinking about a lot of different ways to help support ecology and animals. Their mission is to conserve nature and reduce the most pressing threats to the diversity of life on Earth. So what you are asked to do, like I said, is to help create learning tools for students in grades 3 through 6. And then here are their goals for you. So features. The WWF has hired you to make learning about animals and their unique biological features fun and engaging. Feats. They also want you to help kids learn about how different animals matter to ecosystems, why these animals are important in their local environment. Lastly, they want kids to know how human activities and other threats can pose risks to animals. And we'll come back to these ideas in Unit 3, which thinks a little bit about ecological systems. Ecology is the study of nature outside, the part of nature that is living, the living part of nature. So So you decide you're working for them, you've been hired after college, and you decide that you're going to create a new resource for the organization, a set of trading cards. Sometimes trading cards are used to play a game, and sometimes they're collected and traded between people, but they aren't used to play a game. They love this idea, and they want you to make 2 mock-up cards. So this is the piece of paper you're going to get. There'll be a place to do the front and the back of your thing, and there'll be enough handouts that you'll submit 4 of them total. Let me pause the video and say that you are going to submit 2 cards worth, which might be 4 pieces of paper or fronts and backs. You just tell me what that is going to be. So the like it's the front and the backs, but you need to submit them on separate pieces of paper. More about that in a minute. So here are 2 famous types of trading cards. This is a baseball card of Ted Williams, and this is a Pokemon card. You might also know about Magic the Gathering cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Here's a look at the front and back of an old-fashioned baseball card for a very famous player, Jackie Robinson. It's worth a lot of money now. Your final work is going to be similar to this picture. You're going to have the front and the back, each on a separate piece of paper, a side-by-side drawing with name and location for the front, and facts that help answer the 3 goals that I just shared with you on the back. So to complete this assignment, you're going to browse the fact sheets that are listed on the next page, which are the only information source that you're allowed to use. But don't worry, they have everything you need to do this assignment. They want you to pick 2 animal cards for your demos. 1 animal that's naturally found in North America and 1 animal that is naturally found in ecosystems not in North America. So you're going to create a handwritten, hand-drawn draft of 2 cards using the printed design form that I just showed you. So let's take a look at that design form again. You're going to write your first and last name. You're going to write about the animal and then show me whether the draft you're holding is the one for the front or the one for the back. Please don't do them on the same piece of paper. I want to hang them up in the hallway side by side. Feel free to use rulers, colored pencils, markers, my office supply materials in class. For each card, be sure to include the following, and you can actually check off each requirement as you complete it. Maybe for your first card, you check off the boxes, and for the second card, you check next to the boxes outside. So remember, you have to keep your work G-rated, appropriate for viewing by all people in all social situations. So the front of your card is going to have the name of your animal in large print, a large, colorful sketch of your animal. It's okay if sketching isn't your strongest skill. Try tracing or simply try your best. And then the location of animal, your choice. You can either describe in words or you can draw a map of where they live. Either way is okay. Now in the back, you must answer these questions by rephrasing, which means you have to use your own words. Features, you need to describe at least 3 interesting and or unique features of the animal. Use a complete sentence for each. Feats. I don't like that this has an underline. That makes me feel sad. Why does this animal matter? See the upper right of the fact sheet. I'll show you a sample in a moment. And then last but not least, threats. How do human activities and other threats pose risk to this animal? And you're going to look at the lower right of the fact sheet. So I'm going to show you the fact sheet for an animal not a lot of people might pick. This is a really iconic bird in the United States called the greater sage grouse. It is emblematic of our Western lands. They are near threatened, and we have been working in the United States on making sure that we protect their habitats. They do these absolutely spectacular dances. So here's the card. You're going to get all the information you need from the front and the back. And like I just showed you, the information about where to find those are here. What animals are there to choose from? There are quite a few, actually. So here's the African elephant, the Amazon river dolphin, the Asian elephant, the black-footed ferret, the black-tailed prairie dog, the greater sage grouse, the green sea turtle, monarch butterfly, mountain plover, the plains bison, polar bears, pronghorns, southern plains bumblebee, the swift fox, and the tiger. So let me show you one more time that if you click through, you're going to be able to see all of them. So you're going to be in good shape. That's the only resource you're going to need for this thing. And if you don't finish today, you will be able to finish when we are back in class together on Friday, because Friday is a work day for you. So one more time, the way that you can access these cards is in the document, but I took pity on you and I wrote here, click here to access the animal info you'll need. It'll take you right directly to that link. So with that in mind, one more time, this is what you're going to make, the front and the back. And you're going to make them on separate pieces of paper, side by side. All right. When you're done, you will have fulfilled those things that we talked about at the beginning. So one more time, 2 cards, 1 from North America, 1 from beyond. Now, your last order of business is to go back to your cooldown and to draw and label the parts of this nucleotide. Do you remember them? Do you remember? You get it one more time from me. It's right here. All right, that's it for me. Tomorrow's a work day. I'll be sharing a video with the bell work on it as well. Take care out there. We'll see you soon. I'll see you on Monday, hopefully, but we'll be back in class soon. Bye.